Welcome back to another edition of the Optimize Weekly Market Recap. I'm David Ferreira, Portfolio Manager with Optimize Wealth Management. And as always for today's recap, we'll take a look at last week's activity in the markets, as well as what we're watching for in the week ahead. North American stocks were mixed this past week, despite some positive economic data and market-friendly comments from Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell. The Dow rose 72 basis points on the week, while the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq eased roughly 2% and 3.7% respectively after several weeks of outperformance. The TSX meanwhile gained 7 basis points over the past week for its fourth straight weekly advance. Zooming in on sector performance, energy and real estate notched the biggest gains, while infotech and consumer discretionary lagged by the most. Looking at the events from this past week, Federal Reserve Chair Powell commented that the central bank would not wait until inflation reaches its 2% target before reducing interest rates. Stocks reacted very positively to the news, which boosted the chances of a rate cut as soon as September of this year. Also stronger than expected retail sales figures for June continues to point to a so-called soft landing for the economy. And in Canada, meanwhile, consumer inflation continued to fall in June, reaching a lower than expected 2.7%. This is more good news for investors hoping for an additional rate cut this year. For the week ahead, the advanced reading of Q2 economic growth will be released on Thursday, while the Personal Consumption Expenditure Index for June, or PCE, the Fed's preferred inflation gauge, is set on Friday. It's a big week in Canada, as the Bank of Canada's interest rate decision will take center stage on Wednesday, and the odds of another rate cut has increased over the past couple weeks, as recent economic data is showing that Canada's central bank is making progress in its fight against inflation. And notable companies reporting earnings this week include Alphabet, UPS, and Ford. And that's all for this week. As always, thank you for watching, and see you soon.